At one point I said she seemed happy, but now she said it too many times that I don't believe her. Not that she's, you know, an A+ person. She's fire. Like the kids say. Okay. Welcome back to Real Housewives Astrology. My name is Karen Yatsko. Today we are doing Jennifer Aydin. Jennifer Aydin, the historian of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Didn't know she had that interest. But anyway, she was born April 16th, 1977 in Flushing, Queens, New York. We don't have a birth time, so we cannot look at her rising or the houses. Yeah, hers is really exciting. So let's do it.
Baby, I am on point like nobody's business.
Okay, here's her chart. Oh, she makes so much sense now. Okay, so she has a lot, but let's start with all this Aries business. So much Aries. Her sun and her moon are in Aries. I don't consider this a stellium because the 24 and the 10, that's 14 degrees apart. That's a little too far. But it is still a ton of happening in Aries, and her Venus and her moon are conjunct, and her south node and her sun are conjunct. So this is Aries.
Okay. I am who I really am.
Like, who are you?
She's got a lot of energy.
These trips are jumbo.
She has a lot of force.
But we both agreed when she came back to the table. I think you guys were
okay, Jen.
She's got a lot of fiery feistiness.
Hello, what? Hello. Where to go? Yeah?
She's got to fight.
You can get the no. Tell me.
Friendships.
I said when.
Friendships by trying to turn against other people. I don't do that.
You broke a glass on my ankle. No, it was not me, sweetheart. It was not me. If you You got the wrong girl. I'm telling you that right now.
She's gotta fight.
Maybe it was that a lie.
But with her sun and her moon there, it is her present and it's also her emotional life. So she is just gonna run at you head on. And she doesn't care. She doesn't have that thing that says stop. She just doesn't.
Listen, it was tit for tat. When I give it back to you, all of a sudden you're mad.
But you never know when to stop.
Who cares about that?
I know her thing is like, I'm just responding. She is not responding.
I was attacked, Auntie.
Okay, do we want a close-up? Look at how I need to apologize to her. She started with me that day. Started with me.
Her chart and her heart are telling us that she is not responding. She's the one actively making the decisions to act and react.
Moments.
You instigate, I
women.
retaliate. I don't insult, I retaliate. Crook, I wanted to retaliate.
I know, but I didn't do anything bad to her. She was the one who did it.
No, it's not about that.
What is interesting is she has the capacity to really move on quickly. Even though the moon is there, which does have a little more of like a softer emotional sit in its side, Aries as an energy likes to hit it and quit it. You do not need to hang out with Aries. It is fine moving on quickly. But as we know, in certain ways she really does.
I want to get back to Jennifer. You find out about the affair. Did you really not think about it for 10 years?
Never.
But we're starting to unravel that a little bit and see that that's not necessarily the case. So I'm interested where this is all going on for her. because she is a historian.
You can't move forward.
I understand.
That's
I
why
can
you
move
can't
forward, but
if
when
you're
I was
talking about
to
last
her,
year.
we were giving history.
In other aspects, she's really easy breezy about just getting along and not dwelling on anything. So that's Aries. Another thing I want to touch on is actually her Mars in Pisces. Her chart actually has some similarities to Melissa's. She is an Aries. Let's look just right over here into Pisces, and that's where her Mars is. So it's interesting that they're
It's a long time not to like someone.
I never not liked you.
this is probably where that emotional depth is coming from, and the things that she is holding on to and cannot let go of are over here in this Mars in Pisces, because Mars is hanging on for dear life. And Pisces has a problem letting things go, but it is, you know, a lot of will, a lot of fire.
I'm allowed to process. I'm allowed
Okay.
to cry,
All right.
and I don't give a to show my feelings. Okay? If I'm hurt, you're gonna know I'm hurt.
That comes with Mars, not so much from Pisces. But that's where you can really get the emotional depth of her, because she does have emotional depth. She is extremely caring towards her children and fights for them in her own way.
Bitch, I work a 14-hour day, honey. It doesn't end until my kids go to sleep, and then I'm off the clock.
Family. I wouldn't expect you to recognize family if it pulled on your pigtails.
Yeah,
sweetheart.
right. I love your mother, to be honest.
Yeah,
and
I love her
I
too.
feel
Thank
for
you.
her.
But also that emotional will of fighting for her marriage.
Listen, he had an affair.
jealous.
Everybody knows, and that's why he left his old job. Her marriage isn't as perfect as she says it is. Bill had the affair with the office manager for 2 years.
She's not an office manager. She was a f***ing pharmaceutical rep, you f***ing idiot.
Was your marriage good or not?
Yes, it is.
And can act like it.
No matter whether that was a good decision or not.
Bill would have had more if I was willing to have more, but he really doesn't help me as far as being a co-parent. I think we'll make it another 19 years. Yeah? Because at this point, if anything happens, like, bitch, I get half. Let's cheers to that, baby. Well, maybe not for you, but I'll drink to that.
At one point I said she seemed happy, but now she's said it too many times that I don't believe her.
I think that you are unhappy.
I get that that's your truth. I get that you're
I don't
totally
think it's my
entitled
truth.
to
I
your
think it's
opinion.
your truth.
I
You're
was
a nice
happy.
guy.
I was
Do
happy
you?
until this one brought it out. That's
Right,
when
you
I stopped
were. That's so
happy.
easy. Out like your life was perfect.
It was.
Everything
It
was
is. It is.
amazing.
It still is, and I
Unbelievable.
stand by it.
So
But the biggest thing that she has is a kite. She's got a kite in her chart, y'all. So the kite, it is somewhat hard to see on this screen because for some reason my software has decided this is not a sextile, but I think it is, so whatever. So a kite. It's made up of a grand trine, which you can't see. You see Venus in Aries at 10 degrees. You see Saturn in Leo at 9 degrees. And you see Neptune in Sagittarius at 15 degrees. It's making up a big old grand trine. What makes it a kite is Pluto. Pluto is at 12 degrees in Libra. So that makes it opposite of Venus and the moon, but the moon doesn't quite fit into everything else. So it's an opposition with Venus, and it is sextile Saturn and Neptune.
What a snore.
So what is a kite? A kite is a very rare astrological, not event, setup, aspect, that is composed of the grand trine, which is its own astrological rarity, and a point of action. So the grand trine is luck. It's something that you can really access that can bring you a lot in life, but because it is something you are good at and can access and is a gift really, sometimes you just ignore it and you don't work on it. So the thing that can bring action to it is having the kite, where there is the opposition point.
Oh my God, you're getting in between family.
That point of tension with Pluto, it can either activate or block further the gifts of the Grand Trine. It's also a place to focus the gifts of the Grand Trine. And usually the sextiles are the things that can like bring some resolution to this opposition. So yes, if you're willing to work.
Really, really like each other. Jen, why'd you make a face at that?
Because I just made a face.
A kite is an incredible thing to have in your chart. Usually better than just having a Grand Trine, because you can actually get somewhere, and the planets want you to get somewhere. With just a Grand Trine, it can be like, anyway, okay. So, but let's look at the Grand Trine first. So the Grand Trine is a fire Grand Trine. So she's got even more fire. This is a fire-heavy lady. We don't know her rising or anything like that, but it's fire. She's fire. Like the kids say. Okay.
I don't care. I think you're boring as
A fire Grand Trine is excitement. It is energy. It is a force that cannot be reckoned with.
Oh no, I usually find myself to have a lot of patience.
And what makes hers a little bit more interesting is that she has two planets that are a little more come hither energy. Not that they're necessarily not doing well in fire, but it's Venus is a little more of the like come to me energy, like it's how you can attract people, and Neptune is all about like dreamy and all of that kind of stuff. So I think for her, a lot of her power is definitely coming from Aries, but this Grand Trine can really have a magnetic quality to it.
Yeah, hell yeah! I'm married to a plastic surgeon. I get the laser. Get in there! Get in the nooks and crannies!
I'm staying away from the tuna.
Exactly.
I mean, they cast her on the Housewives. I loved her from the beginning. Not that she's, you know, an A+ person, but she's great on the show. And I think probably a lot of things in her life she has just sort of brought in. So even though there is a ton of energy, it's not necessarily like a crazy outward daredevil type of thing that can often be ascribed to a fire Grand Trine, because the planets are a little bit more backseat, shall we say. It's more internally than externally, but she does have Saturn involved in it also. So if she puts in an iota of effort, she can do incredible things. And she can get whatever she wants. She's told us she's gotten whatever she wants. That house she wanted.
So many thrones in this house.
We have the fancy room, like when people come over, important guests, when they come to ask for my daughter's hand in marriage, like this is the room that I would bring them.
These chandeliers are amazing. Where did you get
Thank
them?
you, China.
Oh,
I went to
beautiful.
China.
Also, it's just a ton of damn strength behind those emotions. That is an emotional force. But let's look at now this Pluto, bringing that to the conversation. So Pluto is the point that we need to focus on if we really want to activate all of this. And it's in Libra. And Libra is all about finding the calm. It's about finding the calm. So I just said something that sounds very in opposition.
Bitch, I wasn't done. Okay, let me be finished, and then you could talk.
Where it's energy and force and all of this type of stuff. But with Pluto in Libra, we're looking at really what is the cosmic purpose of anything? Why are we here? What are we doing? And her answer can bring her peace and calm. And in Libra, it is finding a middle path. Whereas all of this fire is really saying, go in one direction. This is really saying, how do we even it out?
It's not that black and white, Andy. He's a good man. He did a bad thing. She's not here to fight with you tonight.
Oh, no? She's telling Dolores, you, I need to go up to her? No, people come to me. I don't go to people.
I'm just telling you so that you guys can have a conversation about it. Everything that you've been feeling lately, that you are right. And that I need to acknowledge that you feel like you were emotionally abused.
So for her, she has to figure out how to even out this energy if she really wants to get to where she wants to be. Or where the planets want her to be. I don't know where she wants to be. I don't know if she knows where she is saying she is where she wants to be. In order to really bring in this incredible talent and ability to bring people in and be this magnetic energy, she needs to find some calm. Voila. Magical, right?
Okay.
Something else that's maybe, again, not exciting for her to calm down is that she also has the North Node in Libra. So she has to work hard to bring in Libra because it was not the thing she was born with. It's the thing she needs to call into her life. And she has the South Node over here in Aries where she has so much energy. And she says, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you to calm. I'm okay. I'm okay. This is nice. I'm fine. So I think that's and even though it's not involved in the kite, it is still a different thing in Libra where that's just gonna be a difficult thing for her to access. And she's gonna have to do a lot of work in order to get there. So even if her and Bill don't go to couples therapy,
You better shut the
maybe she should go to alone therapy.
You better shut the
Or ask her daughter.
I love my husband. I love that life that we've created together. And I know that bothers you so much.
So that's dear old Jen. I do truly love her.
Jen is just living her best life. Like she's gonna be bombed. Oh my God.
I'm so drunk. I can't.
Don't fall, don't. What happened? Oh my God. Bill, don't worry.
Say your goodbye.
So hot. You're the hottest thing I've ever laid on. It's so hot.
Bill, hold on. Bill, you good? You good? Come on. Let's see. We got it. Come on. You want me to good? Go ahead, go. You got it.
If Teresa and Melissa aren't on the show anymore, she's the automatic star in my eyes. I just have such a soft spot for her. I don't know why. Oftentimes she's incorrect. But I don't know. Maybe it is her magnetism. I'm drawn to her. I love her. And I think her family is really sweet, minus Bill. Yeah. Oh, yeah.